Alright, we are back for the long-awaited, at least by me, and cursed run of Bug Only in Pokemon Sapphire. This name, you can just go ahead and ignore it, because like I said, it's cursed, so I had to restart this run a couple times, and most of the time, the nickname's not in there. This is Heracross's stats. They are really good, by far the best bug Pokemon we have on our team. So that's why I had to pick that as a starter, because I don't even remember where Heracross is in this game, and I didn't want to have to deal with that, because if it even is in this game where you can find it, it just sounds annoying. So I'm like, we'll just choose that as our starter. The first fight here with May, as you see, was extremely easy. But yeah, so the emulator I normally use doesn't work on Game Boy Advance games, so I had to use a different emulator, and it was obviously glitchy because I had to restart the game several times. So that happened. Anyways, after this May fight here that you've seen, I caught a Silcoon and a Cascoon and leveled them up into Beautifly. This is Beautifly's stats here. Beautifly has pretty good stats. We don't even need to talk about Silcoons because I didn't even really have it for that long. But yeah, Silcoon was actually unexpectedly good. This is Nincada's stats. I caught a Nincada second. It is not very good stats, but we have a Nincada for a decent amount of time. That's why I do want to talk about their stats a little. This is Dustox's stats. I actually thought Dustox would be better than Beautifly just because it has some psychic moves, but that really wasn't actually the case, and we'll get into that when we get to there. But so anyways, this is the first fight with Roxanne, and as you see, the first Geodude wasn't, I guess, the worst in the world to get past, but she has so many potions. It kind of was at the same time. So it was fairly easy, and I did do a lot of leveling up with that Geodude right there. So yeah, it was just impossible though with Nose Pass here. It takes so much to deal damage to Nose Pass, and Heracross doesn't have a fighting move at this level, so it is an extremely large challenge, and it required so many failed attempts. That was the first attempt you just seen. This is another attempt here. This is before I restarted the game and had to start over from the beginning. So, yeah, but Geodude's fairly easy. I kind of had to just figure out what exactly my strategy was going to be and then go from there. But it doesn't matter because I turned off the game for the day, saved, and when I opened the emulator the next day, the game file was gone. So yeah, this was just an interesting run, and I guess I kind of expected Roxanne to be a challenge because it's a rock gym, but I'm just so used to Silver and Crystal where the first gym is like extremely easy, even with types that are normally weak to that. It's not that big of a challenge in that generation, but this third generation here, and the first one, and really most of the generations, I guess, the first gym can pose some threat. I guess the second generation just played it easy on us. But this is the winning attempt here, and I dealt with this strategy where I'm like, okay, Nincada's not really going to do too much, but we can at least sand attack the hell out of Nose Pass and make it lose all of its accuracy. And then while I'm in this fight with Nincada, I'm not going to give it a free hit, so might as well do something with Leech Life. It's not going to do the most in the world, but I did get her down to where she had to use a potion on Nose Pass, which was good. I didn't have to worry about it later on when I finished this off. So, yeah, Nose Pass almost completely out of the way here, and Nincada just slowly scratching and Leech Lifing until we use Heracross and finish it. And I was actually worried when Nincada went down because I'm like, I don't know what Heracross is going to do, but we ended up doing it. I left this clip in here because this was after Roxanne, and the emulator I use, not only is it glitchy in the other ways, as you can see here, the fog that's normally overlaid onto the screen on a lot of scenes is messed up, and you can't see anything. So it was also extremely challenging to get through stuff like that. So anyways, this is the second fighting gym, and I did have to do this one a couple times as well, because Heracross doesn't really have any fighting moves yet, and really none of my Pokemon have that good of moves, especially against fighting. So it was a struggle, but this is the winning attempt here, and we do take it down. It wasn't that challenging. I only had to do it a couple times. Fly was a gift, really. Not Fly, Gust, I mean. But that was really a gift. And then we fight Wally here, which is, I don't even know how to say it. It's so easy every time we fight him. Well, except for the last one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So anyways, now we get to the electric gym, and that one was also fairly challenging, obviously. I mean, Beautifly and Dustox both, well, I guess not Dustox, because Dustox isn't flying, I don't think, but especially Beautifly, it really takes damage, but other than that, it wasn't really too bad. I did have to level up enough, though, until Heracross got a move that would help me get far enough into this. I did notice, though, I mean, one of the things, the reason why I struggled so much on these gyms was because I really went into this challenge, because, you know, a full bug team, normally I only have a single run challenge, and I really wanted to not over-level any of my Pokemon. So I really wanted to try it as much as possible on the level, like the lowest level I possibly could do it. And when I say I could possibly do it, because, you know, I'm not the best Pokemon player in the world, and this is just the best I could do at it. So anyways, we get past the second gym there, or third gym, I mean, and then we get to the fourth gym here, the fire gym, Flannery, and it actually was extremely easy. I got to her, and I actually didn't heal before I fought her, and I still won. And I was actually really surprised because I did not think that would happen. Normally Flannery is kind of a challenge in some runs, but it really wasn't this time. So anyways, Nincada evolves, and I actually learned something new. I didn't realize that Nincada evolved into two different Pokemon like that. So we got a Ninjask, which is here. Its stats are alright. It has really good speed, and that is really going to help later on in a lot of things. But really, it's the only thing it's good at, it's the speed. This is Shininja. That's its HP sucks, and really everything about it sucks, except for its attack, which is good in the third generation, because Ghost is like a physical attacking type. But beyond that, I can't imagine anyone using that Pokemon, because you know, Shadow Ball is one of its best moves, and yes, in this generation that's a physical move, but in the other generations it's a special move, so I'm not sure if they changed their stats for that Pokemon later on or not. I don't know. I would hope so, but I don't know. So anyways, we get to Norman, and this one really wasn't too challenging because I had a fighting type move on Heracross. I had to do it a couple times, though, just to figure out exactly, you know, what order I wanted to go in. I needed to make sure that I timed things right for Slacketh to slack off, and to make sure that we didn't lose Heracross from its hits, because even though we was super effective against it, it was a 2-hit KO for slacking, and we really just had to make sure that we was able to fully do what we needed to do with it, if you know what I mean. Obviously, this Vigoroth here was extremely easy. I do want to note also, I normally don't have to do videos this long, because normally in Crystal and Silver it's fairly easy. I kind of know what to cut out and what not. It's been so long since I've played Sapphire and Emerald that I kind of had a hard time editing this, and obviously it took me longer to play than it normally does, Silver and Crystal. So, I don't know. I'm sorry if this video is edited really badly, but, you know, did what I can. That's all we can do in life, you know? So anyways, we get to the flying gym, and, I mean, obviously this was, like, one of the hardest. Aerial Ace hits hard, and, Sand Attack and stuff like that doesn't make Aerial Ace miss. Well, if it's supposed to, it doesn't in my run at least. Literally, it never missed. Because I even tried it. I'm like, well, I know it's supposed to not ever miss, but this move is supposed to make moves miss, so I don't know. But it didn't, obviously, so. But yeah, we had Brick Break here with Heracross, so with things like Skarmory, it helped, but at the same time, you know, it was still a challenge. This was probably the longest stretch of the game for me throughout the entire thing, and I kept having to go level up and come back and try it again. So here was the last attempt, and I definitely had to do a lot to figure out exactly what I needed to do. So I did keep going for Psybeam with this here, because there's really not much Dustox could do against Pelipper, and I'm like, well, maybe Psybeam will confuse it. That's the best I could hope for. especially towards the end of it, because then it will, help out with the next Pokemon. But of course, this is the thing with Pokemon. If a move is 70% accurate, this is just for the new people in case you didn't realize. If you look up a move and it says it's 70% accurate, that's not actually how accurate it is. That's just an average. So, for example, a 70% accurate move for the computer will be 100% accurate, but for you, it'll be 40% accurate. So that's just how you can figure it out. And if you was ever curious as to what the accuracy was and like how to figure it out, that's how you figure it out. Look it up. And that's the average. It's double that for, it's, the rest of the way. It's 100% for the computer. And then whatever it takes to get to 100% minus that. And, that's the average and that's what you have. Anyways, though, yeah, we take down the flying gym leader there. I don't even remember her name. Winona, I think, right? I don't know. It was such a long, week with this game. So anyways, we get to the psychic gym here, and this one's actually really fun. It would be really hard in a solo run, obviously, but it's really fun in one of these team runs because you really get to use combination of your teams, and it kind of spices things up. And I was in a really good place here because I knew that fighting was going to be good against Rock, and I knew Heracross had fighting moves, so I'm like, okay, this will be good. And I did send out Ninjask there because I'm like, okay, we can maybe lower its accuracy or something, do something like that. And Beautifly has Silver Wind at this point, so we have a good bug move against the Psychic type Lunarut Tone here. So we tried that. And also, can we just know, what is the biology of Lunatone? This is such a weird thing to go on about, but look at its beak. Is that a mouth? Does it open up? I've never seen its mouth open. And is that thing an eye? Can it actually see? Or is that just what's supposed to look like an eye? Because I've never seen it blink or anything either. Interesting. Well, I don't know. Anyways, Lunatone goes down. Soul Rock goes down. I almost called it Soul Tone. Whatever. So we have a chance to learn Reversal. So I do go ahead and learn Reversal, but I don't think I ever ended up using it. I kind of thought, well, if we don't learn anything good by then maybe it'll be good for the Elite Four. But, yeah, I don't think I ever used it. So we got done with this gym, and at that point, it was just this Kyogre fight here. Well, really, it was this gym leader here. This game has, a kink. It has, a fetish for, making you go on this long route with so many trainers that you have, no health left of any of your Pokemon, and then giving you a boss battle just so that you'll have to lose and be teleported back to a Pokemon Center and go all the way through all that again. Yeah, when you go back through it all again, you won't have to deal with the trainers, but it is so annoying, and this game does that several times. This is not the only time in the game it does it, so this took several times to do. But he does have a lot of Dark-type Pokemon, and Dark is weak to Bugs, so I guess a Bug-type run is actually pretty good, probably in most Pokemon games, because normally the bad guys, whether it's Team Rocket, Team Aqua, Magma, whatever's in the later generations, they a lot of times will have Dark-type moves and stuff, and Bug would be good against it. Or in Shield, Marnie and them would have Team Yell, is that what they're called, right? Yeah. They would have Pokemon that'd be weak to Bug too a lot of the time, so I don't know, it's just something that's kind of cool, Bug's actually useful in this time. So this is the winning run against Kyogre, and I do send out Volbeat first because I don't know, why not? It's I thought Kyogre was water and flying, and maybe that's not what its type is. I thought it should be quadruple weak to its electric move, but if it is, it's not doing very much. I do suppose, though, Volbeat's special attack isn't the best in the world, but, So anyways, we send out Beautifly here, and I'm like, okay, Mega Drain might be good here. But no, Hydro Pump one-hits us, and it's faster, so we just get knocked out. We send out Dustox. I'm like, okay, I'll try Psybeam. Maybe we'll confuse it. No, it's faster, so it uses Ice Beam, and we go down. I send out Ninjask, and I'm like, okay, this will definitely be faster. It was, even though it was a lot of levels higher than us. But we didn't really do anything to it because we couldn't. So then I send out Heracross, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to be bad. Especially right there where I almost died. I'm like, oh no. But then we take Kyogre out. And then I'm like, oh wait, I could have thrown some balls at it and maybe ended the fight early if I would have caught it. Not that I would have used it, but that could have been useful. So anyways, we get to this water gym here, and I think I did lose the first time, just because Love Disc here has so many moves when it comes to, like, Attract, and it has, just all these moves to try to get a Sweet Kiss, that's what it is, I think, or something like that, to confuse you and to attract you, and, you know, its gimmick is to try to not get you to attack, and I hate gimmicks like that. It is one of the worst things in the world, but, it's interesting seeing Love Disc be used, because obviously I've played this game before, so I've seen it, but, like, this is, like, one of the only times Love Disc is, like, used properly. But anyways, yeah, we get immobilized by Love Disc constantly, and I guess I should switch up my genders on my team more, but genders on a team is not even something I ever look at, because, I don't know, I'm not the most professional Pokemon player in the world, so moves like Attract's not something I ever use. But maybe we could do a run where we do only moves that are like status moves, and that's like all we can use the entire run. I would hate my life doing it, but maybe I could do it in a generation I like Crystal or something, and I'd be fine, or Silver or something. I think I'd be fine if I did that. But anyways, Ninjask here does take out Love Disc, which is one of the only Pokemon I think it took out the entire run. Unless it like came in at the end and did it, but like, yeah, Ninjask was pretty useless. I thought it was going to be better than that because it has such great speed, but no, it really just kind of sucks all around. I'm sorry if you like Ninjask, but it's just not for me. So then we get send out Heracross here, our Beast, and a lot of these Pokemon are part Ice type too, so that really helps because then they're going to be weak to our fighting moves. But Wishcast here isn't. All it does is set up Rain Dance, though, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. It sends out Seaking, it uses Water Pulse, and it actually doesn't do that much. Heracross has amazing defense. There are so many times that I've sent out Heracross expecting to get one hit KO'd because its other Pokemon does, and then I don't. And Melodic here, Melodic, normally is really annoying, and I hate seeing that Pokemon in runs. But this time it wasn't that bad. So, anyways, yeah, we get to the Elite Four, and we use, obviously, I had to kind of set this up several times. So, first I'm going to show you kind of the failed runs when I was figuring out what exactly I needed to use. And as you can see here, I was level 40 with all of them. I did try before this, I believe. Actually, no. I got to the Elite Four, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this, because there was all like around level 33, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. I have to at least get to level 40. They're using their Pokemon in the level 40s. So I leveled them all up to level 40, and as you can see, it still wasn't enough. But we are able to get past this first trainer barely by the skin of our teeth. So we get their Absol finally after we get to Heracross, because Heracross is like the only thing that's going to be good here. Later on, I do use Volbeat here, and Volbeat does just fine after it's a good enough level at least. And it does fine against most of them anyways. But, and I didn't realize it until afterwards, but a lot of these the grass dark types in this team, I could have used Volbeat earlier. I kept using Heracross in a lot of them, and I'm like, I don't know why looking back on it now, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, we knock out Cacturne there, and we go on to the next gym. Obviously, Heracross is the only one left, but I do go through to it anyways, and I'm like, okay, we'll kind of get a feel for this team, see what I need. This is, like, the worst team in the game, and I haven't said it yet, but I just want you guys to know, I played the Elite Four, and I'm obviously not showing all the failed attempts. I did the Elite Four for, let's see, I had a grocery pickup at 10 a.m. at Walmart. I got home and had the groceries put away by about 11. I watched some videos while I ate some snacks until about 11:30, and I started playing. I didn't get done until, it's 10 o'clock now, so probably like 7. And it was, I literally spent all day on the Elite Four. Like, literally all day on the Elite Four. It was terrible. So, well, I did Kyogre today too, so it wasn't literally the entire time, but Kyogre didn't take that long. The Elite Four took forever, though, because I kept trying it, because I'm like, I don't want to overlevel, but then I'm like, obviously we're not getting anywhere at this level, so we need to just level up. This Ice-type trainer here, I was very happy about her, because Heracross can, like, one-hit KO literally everything on her team, because of the fighting moves we have. and fighting is good against ice. And she doesn't use any ice types that are like dual in a way where ice or fighting isn't super effective. So I think they was expecting you to go for fire here, and they had a lot of like fire ice, or not fire ice, water ice types. But anyways, alas, never mind that. I wish I had ice type moves, because this trainer here at the Dragon Gym is terrible, especially when there's flying dragon types, because Heracross' two moves, the good ones, the bug one, the Mega Horn, and the fighting one, Brick Break, is not going to be effective against either of them. Thankfully, he has this ground type here, which is weird that Flygon's part ground, because it's like literally a bug that can fly, but like, okay. Anyways, neither here nor there, I guess. I wish I had an ice type like I was saying, though, because I needed something for dragon types in general, and I was struggling. But thankfully, Mega Horn is so strong, and its stab, that we was able to kind of manage, but it wasn't like the easiest thing in the world. We get Flygon out pretty easily there. It's not quite enough to one-hit KO it, so I was a little concerned, and I kind of already knew at this point that we was going to have to level up really all of our team more, but especially Heracross. So yeah, after I went through all of them, though, including the the champion, I kind of already knew like which Pokemon like I was even going to use, and which Pokemon like literally had nothing useful for this Elite Four. Like Ninjask had nothing. Dustox, the only thing I had was Toxic, and I did use that. Shedinja, I mean, yeah, it was useful, and it was like so bad though that it wasn't faster than a lot of these other Pokemon, and I kept trying it and trying it and trying it and trying it, and Shedinja still wasn't faster, and I needed Shedinja for the Ghost Gym because I had Shadow Ball. And so I just got mad, and as you can see at some point in this recording, I don't know if it showed it yet, but I leveled up Shedinja to level 100 because I'm like, nothing's going to be faster than Shedinja. Spoiler alert, there was. Somehow. And yeah, it was just an interesting experience. That's putting it lightly. At some point playing this Elite Four here, I was just like so annoyed that I'm like, OMG, I just want to be done with this game. So yeah, Signal Beam takes out almost like basically all of the first trainer here in the Elite Four. Cacturn, it takes out Sharpedo, which I was trying Beautifly for Sharpedo, but then I was like, okay, I need Beautifly for a different Pokemon later. So basically, Beautifly, Volbeat, and Heracross was the three Pokemon that was even useful in this. I did use Dustox for Toxic too, but Shedinja was useful, I guess, for the Ghost-type team. So the only Pokemon I had on my team, I guess, that was useless was Ninjask. Yeah, it was speedier, and I guess I did use it to kind of stall out the Toxic. After I used Dustox, and after Dustox went down, there was a Pokemon in particular that I needed to Toxic, and I needed to stall it out with Ninjask, because Ninjask was faster, and I could double team, and I could Sand Attack. So, I guess Ninjask had its use too. I guess I'm being a little hard on little boy, but like, you know, it was just, it was a challenge. And so, anyways, we get to the Ghost Gym here, and I kept doing this thing where I would forget to change my lead Pokemon in front of my party before I went into the battle. So I would end up switching to Ninjask sometimes to sacrifice it. So I guess in this final run here, I did end up doing that. So I guess I didn't end up using Ninjask in the end. I used it as a sacrifice to switch for free. But yeah, I needed Shininja, and it only had 1 HP, so we can't just switch into that. And Shedinja, thankfully now that it's level 100, and it wasn't even to try to one-shot all of them necessarily. I was just like, I have to go first. And I need to get rid of most of them with Shedinja. So we get through that gym leader, and that gym leader was, I guess, the worst, because Curse is... This challenge was already cursed enough. I didn't need the move Curse thrown in there too, you know what I mean? So anyways, Heracross, you know, being the champion that it is in this run, is dominating here too in the Ice Gym. And at one point I tried to use Beautifly here too, because I'm like, oh, there's some part water types. I can use Giga Drain after it learned Giga Drain. But no, that really wasn't useful either. As you can see here, I have had to level up Heracross to level 82, and I leveled up the other ones to... I'd only leveled up Beautifly and Volbeat other than him, and I think they was level like 75-ish. So actually, quite a bit I had to level them up. But like I said, the other Pokemon was pretty useless, and these are the only ones useful. So I did end up finally, after playing this for like 5, 6, 7 hours, whatever, I did end up, I guess you could say over-leveling, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I can only spend so much time on a game before it's like, okay, well, I don't really know what else to do here, you know? So, but Megaporn, oh wow. Good thing I'm not a monetized channel because I would be demonetized now. Yeah, Megaporn that Heracross has is a great move. It's really strong, and it's really sharp and pointy. Oh wow, whatever. Anyways, gotta love life, right? So, anyways, we used the Praying Mantis here to Megahorn our way through Salamence, and thankfully we did most of its health there in that one spot, and we got just enough that it used a berry, that it wasn't going to use a full restore, and then it ended up using a full restore, got rid of its toxic, but thankfully the way that worked out actually kind of worked in our favor, because we was able to hit it and kill it in 2 hits before it was able to attack us again, because it spent one of the turns using full restore, so that was useful. We get Altaria here, another one that I hated because it was a Dragon Flying type. And in this run, I hate Dragon Flying types because nothing that we have on Heracross is effective against it. So anyways, now we get through the... What's his name? Lance? Is that the last Dragon Trainer? Oh, I don't think it's Lance. That's a different game. I'm so confused. I don't remember what his name was. The Dragon Trainer, you know who I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, I go ahead and make sure that I have... Heracross healed up all the way there before I go in, and that is a good thing, obviously. And I did give Soft Sand to Heracross because I did teach Heracross Earthquake at one point. I guess we just didn't use it that much, so I didn't really say anything about it before now. But yeah, I did have Earthquake on Heracross, and I tried to use Earthquake on Heracross against the Ghost team at one point, by the way. Just so you know, I did try a lot of things before I leveled up Shedinja to 100. So then against the Pokemon champion here, we was struggling before. There was definitely, it's one of those things where we really have to be able to one-shot a lot of it. Otherwise, you know, bugs are so weak that they're going to almost instantly get knocked out by anything on his team here. Other than Heracross, Heracross can take some hits, but other than that, anyone else on my team, any hits at all from someone and they're dead. As you've seen there, I forgot about the spikes and sent out Shedinja, and it died instantly. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about the spikes, but I guess it was going to die anyways, so whatever. So, and I also read that wrong. I thought it said Claydol was up next, and then I seen it was Cradily after it was already out, and I'm like, oh. Well, I guess we're sacrificing Beautifly now. I tried to save it by using Stun Spore, but I still ended up going down. So, I did finish off Cradily here with Heracross. I'm like, okay, Brick Break is going to probably take it out, and it does. And then it tells us Claydol's next, and I'm like, okay, well, here's my chance. I'll use Volbeat. I know that there's not very many Pokemon left here anyways. I'm just going to use Volbeat. It is going to be affected strongly by its Signal Beam here, and I can confuse it first. Actually, I forgot Signal Beam was going to be effective against it somehow. I couldn't remember Claydol's type exactly, other than that it's part ground. So I was like, oh, I'll just confuse it with Volbeat, and if Volbeat dies, then that's fine. And thankfully, Brick Break gets rid of the screens, so Aggron, or is that its name, Aggron? The last Pokemon there, it went down, like, in one hit also with Heracross, so, I don't know, it was so weird how, I mean, I guess this is a thing with any Pokemon run, but there's so many parts that are so easy, there's so many parts that are so hard. But yeah, anyways, that was this run. It took forever to do, but, I really enjoyed myself, though, actually, even though all my little complaining throughout the episode. It was a lot of fun, actually, and I did enjoy it. Third Generation's one of my favorite generations of Pokemon. It was the last one I played as a child. I don't have anything against the other generations, I just have never played them before. So I do have Black 2 on my computer, so I might end up playing that on here at some point. But those are going to take a lot longer to make if I've never played that generation, obviously. So, like this one, I'm not really sure how it's going to go, because this is such a longer video than normal. So I hope I voiceovered it okay. I hope I edited it okay for you guys. I hope it wasn't too bad. And I hope you guys liked it. I did a poll, and you guys did vote to do Bug Pokemon next on Team Sapphire. That was the most voted thing. I think it had like 5 votes or something. I can't remember. No, I had 9 votes in total. So maybe it had like 3 or 4 votes. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this was the most popular thing. I keep on asking my dry bread in the comments. I'm like, do Staryu run? And he hasn't. That's okay, though. So, anyways, my point of saying that, though, is I'm thinking maybe I'll do a Staryu run. I don't know if I will or not, but maybe Pokemon Blue, since we've not done the first generation yet. Anyways, I guess I'll see you all soon. I will always try to have at least one of these up a week. Sorry this is going up so late, but, yeah, that's it. See you next time.